so you can hear me. Oops. I didn't realize I had put for kids. Uh, so when you put that on the settings and you know you're starting up the video, it's going to block all the comments. I didn't know that. And yeah. Seventh, thank you for telling me that. I don't know if you were talking about the last video or, well, wait a minute. The other video that I made the other day, or the one I just made a few minutes ago, because I'm going to do this one again. This Thanksgiving video. I'll just do it again because I really didn't get to finish saying what I wanted to say anyway. So, anyway, 7th, oh, there you are. Yeah, okay. Now I got that thingies there going. Hi, Dar. There's been a couple there's been a couple that has happened with, yeah, this thing, I mean, this YouTube, as you know, Dar, I want to apologize. I didn't mean to sound rude when you put that comment, but I thought to myself, oh my God, like, I could almost walk faster to go from New Mexico to Canada where you live and go deliver a message. YouTube took, what, 8 months for that message? You know, that one that we were talking about? I'm thinking, my God, what are these guys, like, did we do something wrong on that? I don't know. Anyway, I was like, it caught me on an off mood because there's been a lot of things going on with me, and it just caught me in this oddball mood. I was saying, like, what? I'm sorry. And then also the last one. see that guy? He's telling me. Yeah. See, I get compliments on this truck. Oh my goodness. I forgot what I was going to say. Thanks for coming on, Dar. Thank you. I miss you guys, you know. I haven't talked with anybody in a while. I don't know if you saw the last video, last live I just made a little bit ago. I was going to, you know, just get ready to go to bed and start doing this, that, and the other, because I already ate, and I'm not hungry, but, I went to go read the messages, and SGR 7th, it said, why did I block the messages? I thought, block the messages? What do you mean? So I went and looked, and the messages was set at, for kids. Well, I've known that when you put for kids, you can't comment. You can't comment anything. So I had to reset it. You'll see that one. I mean, I might just delete it. I don't know. You know, just really just me talking nonsense like I always do. But yeah, how you been? I told 7 to come back on, so because he had a question and I wanted to answer that in me talking rather than doing it by messages. But anyway, until he comes back, which I think he's going to come back in a little bit maybe, because that question was about getting a Class B license. So, you know. Dar, I wanted to, I don't know if you saw that video that I sent, that message that I sent you about the cats, about their ortilians. Wow, you know, that's what I found out, you know. And I don't know if you know what an ortilian is. An ortilian is like a being from another planet. they're like what we call now, here, UFOs, right? Um, but they have names. They're just beings from other planets. Um, anyway, yeah. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I had to take down a lot of those other videos because I was instructed to take them off for my own safety. Uh, I'm not going to get into all that spiritual stuff, but there's a lot of things that are happening, and that's really, really dangerous for me. I'll tell you one spiritual thing that I know, okay? Um, you guys have often heard me talk about positive and negative, right? Stay positive. If you stay positive, good things are going to happen. If you stay negative, bad things are going to happen, right? Elementary, right? I've known that ever since I was a kid. But, okay, there's one thing I wanted to mention. This is the only thing. Because I want to talk about more of how it is for me in the truck, but some of the things that I've learned. And I was told to keep my mouth quiet. But this is important for everybody, right? Whether everybody. Um, like sharks in the water, when all of a sudden, if you get a cut or something, you start bleeding and you're in shark territory, a lot of them are going to come because they smell the blood, right? You think just a drop and they can smell the blood. Yes, they will come, right? Sharks do that, right? We know that. Well, when you cut yourself, you're not in shark water territory. Say you cut yourself shaving, or you accidentally cut yourself while you're cooking, with a knife or something like that, and you got blood, right? Or, you fall down and you got blood, right? You're bleeding, right? Or you punched in the nose and you're bleeding, something. Whatever. Anytime blood comes out of your body, because our bodies are sealed. It's like a sealed package, right? Except for us women, that we bleed every month. That's a different, right? That's not the same. But I'm talking about like a cut in the flesh, right? Uh, Evil spirits will come like sharks will come for the water. Evil spirits will come. So if you get a cut like that, do your best not to cut yourself. And if you do, cover it immediately. Cover it like, you know, stop the bleeding immediately, which you can. And start thinking good things, not bad things. This is a little advice you guys might want to consider taking, because, that's why I always carry Band-Aids. I've always carried Band-Aids. This one lady was at a store one time, and they didn't have Band-Aids in like a 7-Eleven or something. And they didn't have Band-Aids. She's asking the cash register. Not the cash register. She's asking the cash lady, right? The cashier. That's what they're called. You guys don't have no Band-Aids? And she says, no, I guess we're out. Because they should be on shelf number aisle 4 or whatever, right? And I looked like, well, I got a Band-Aid. You need one? She says, yes, that's all I need. And she was bleeding from her hand or something like that. So, yeah, always carry a Band-Aid, right? Always carry a Band-Aid. Not to mention, look, that right there, you know what that's called? It has a name on it, spelled backwards in the front. It's ambulance, but in trucker language, it's a Band-Aid truck. I don't know if you guys knew that. It's an ambulance when the lights are going, and if there's a Band-Aid truck, get out of the way, right? That's what That's why we call them Band-Aid trucks, like a flatbed, skateboard, you know, yeah. I don't know if you guys knew a little bit of trucker lingo, and but yeah, about the Band-Aids. Always keep Band-Aids. And yes, the cats are from a different planet. Cats are cool. That's why they're so mysterious. And um, they cling to their own. They come here and they cling to their own. Yeah, you might be a reptilian too. Who knows? Okay. What was? Still waiting for 7. Is he gonna come up? How's Brian? Is he doing okay? From his eyes and his mouth, and I mean, like, I believe before he had all that, his head was like really swelled. I'm just kidding. It kept getting bigger and bigger. No, I'm just kidding. No, you know, I just was trying to get a hold of him, see how he was doing and stuff. And you know, I guess he doesn't want to talk to me or something. I don't know. I guess I gotta make an appointment. That's what it is. I'm not making no appointments. Anyway, yeah, you know, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. It's Friday tonight here. Not Friday tonight, it's Friday night here. But, like, yesterday was Thanksgiving. And, me and Ed, because I live in my truck. You guys, I don't know if you guys knew that or not. This is my home. This is, you know, that's my, back there. Okay, let me put it this way. See that, this area here? That's my hallway. And where I'm at right now, this is my office and sometimes my dinner table and my computer table. And so, yeah, everything's compact for me. I'm trying to buy a house. Not trying. I'm working on buying a house now. So, yeah, the more I look, the more like, why did I buy that land? Because I should have done some better shopping in the first place. But, you know, that's how that goes. Living in a truck is not easy, you know. I've given up my way of life at home. Like, okay, you go to your job, you come home, you make supper, go to bed, get up in the morning, take a shower, and, you know, make breakfast and then go to work, whatever, right? I had given that up. I'll tell you why, because when I was working at home, I had gotten so tired of being home. I was like, my God, it's like there's a whole world going out and I'm stuck at home working. And these people now that's why, like, when COVID happened, right? And a lot of kids, the suicide rate started going up because they couldn't go out. They needed, you know, they needed to expand. They need to, like, I can't breathe in here, you know, I gotta get out. That's how I had gotten. And I mentioned this before, I would go out and just for the heck of it, I'd just go get myself stuck in traffic. I just wanted to be around people. It's like I needed to get out of that little home that I had, right? Because I was living there, I was sleeping there, I was raising my kids there, I was working there, I was doing everything there, taking my days off there, like my goodness, you know, too much of that home stuff. You know, I love having a home, obviously. Love taking a bath, not a shower all the time, but take a nice bath with candles, a glass of wine, soft music, nice bubble bath and stuff. Oh, I miss that. Oh well, you know, I got a trailer that I take a shower in there. I open the door, get my buckets of uh, of warm water that I've heat up in here. Okay, this is how I do it. I'll show you how I take a, not physically, but I'll tell you how I take a shower in the back. It's like I'll buy like jugs of water, right? And because it would take me, like, see that water right there? That's like a 24 pack. It would probably take me like 48 pack. So, but what I do is I'll like get some jugs of water and I'll put them in the heat right under, like underneath the dashboard, and I'll turn on the heat. And if it's a hot day or something, excuse me, I'll just roll down the windows and get some of the cool air so that, but I'm heating up my water. And once I can feel my water is, maybe not piping hot or nothing like that, but I'll get them all and I'll have all my stuff ready because I don't want my water to start getting cold. I'll get all my stuff ready, my towels and clothes and everything. And I'll just take everything to the back because I got a door for my trailer. And, just start with the shampoo and the water and, just bathing myself back there. And that's part of trucking. That's what you got to do sometimes. And like I like it when I can take a shower every day, but sometimes you can't because you go to a place and like you're not at a truck stop. There's no place. One thing I make sure is I go to a place where there's at least a toilet, because I've had some emergencies in the middle of the night. I'm human, everybody does. So I haven't been, well, let me put it this way. I had eaten some food, a hamburger, right? And I went to bed, parked the truck way in the back row. It was in Montana. There was like about a foot of snow, and I'm parked way in the back. And after eating that hamburger, I got so sick. And I'm glad I was at a truck stop because it was like 10 o'clock already. And, my head was just spinning like crazy. And I knew if it starts spinning, I'm going to throw up. So I started walking down across the parking lot. I was all bundled up. It was freezing. It was like -5 degrees up there or something. And I am just spinning like I'm in a merry-go-round. And I barely made it to the bathroom. And, I just got sick in the bathroom. I didn't want to get sick outside and, catch pneumonia or nothing like that. But I've always made sure as a truck driver, I stop where there's a restroom. If I'm going to a place where like, okay, like where I just delivered the other day. I delivered to a power plant out in the middle of nowhere, right? And is in a small town near the Four Corners area. If you don't know what the Four Corners area is, it's Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah. They all meet right there, right? And it was in that area. Well, it's a lot of Indian reservation around there. And the truck stops are at least 80 to 100 miles away. So I'm thinking, okay, Sure, there's some casinos, but um, I don't like smoke. I can't deal with smoke. So what I'll do is I'll park, and then I'll, like, the last truck stop, okay, that's it. And then in the morning, I get up at 3 o'clock and finish my run, so I get there on time at 7 o'clock or whatever. That's how I run. Not everybody runs like that, but I play it safe for myself. That's kind of like, because I'm not gonna go out, drive all the way to the job site, and there's no restroom or nothing. There's nobody but me, and who knows what else can happen. I can get sick. I can get attacked. I can get, all kinds of. I can get stuck, stranded, or broke down or something. I play it safe myself, so I advise that for all the other truck drivers and anybody who's traveling. You know, look at your stops and you know, stop and think before you continue and find yourself in a spot, because that's the last thing you want to do is have to backtrack yourself, because that's just a waste of money and time and fuel and you know. Anyway, we're seventh. He was supposed to have come on. I don't know. I told him we were messaging each other, and I told him, okay, I'll go on live again. I'm going on live right now. I thought he would be on here, but luckily, Dara got on here right on. Yeah. Anyway, I don't see. I make these videos not just for trucking. I make them for. I'm kind of making them because I've noticed there's a lot. I mean, for guys too, but for women, not just. Okay, don't run away, guys. But I'm pushing for the women to start. To support them as truck drivers, because I see a lot of women out here, and some of them, they don't have no experience. Some of them don't know how to do this, don't know how to do that, and stuff. I can say, you know what, you can do it. You can do it. It's been done. You can do it. Just put your mind to it. This is what I'm telling the women. The guys, sure. I remember I met this one guy, and I'm parked, and he's parking trying to park next to me, right? But the other truck drivers weren't letting him, and I'm just sitting there like he's about to hit my truck and stuff, and I finally had to get out. I told him, you need some help? I kid you not, he was sweating. He says, yes, please, can you help me? And I told him, first of all, I introduced myself. I told him, I'm Dodi. I've been driving 30 years. Back then it was like 25 years. But, I told him, I can help you get in if you want me to help you. Because I asked them first. And they say, he was just, yes. He was like he was scared. He was really sweating. And what I had to do, because like I said, the other truck drivers were not letting him. They kept coming and messing him up. So I had to just stop everybody. I stopped the traffic. I got out there and I told everybody, stop, right? And they didn't want to stop. And I got right in front of their truck, as in their path. And I told them, stop. I told them, this guy's trying to back in a spot. I told him, you need to wait. So, they're like, right? And so, because he had to make the turn and then pull up, but he was all messed up. So he had to pull up and, do some stuff. And they kept coming and coming and coming. So I stopped everybody on that side. and gave him some space and time. Not to mention, I found out this was like his first run out. He was by himself. It was his very first run out. So he's like, he didn't know how to do it by himself. Even though he was out, I guess, with a trainer or something. But now he's in the truck by himself. And he's like really put to the test. So I helped him out, And he didn't look like he was a rookie at all. He looked like he'd been driving for years and years and years. The thing is, looks can be deceiving because, after I got to talking to him, he told me that, thank you. I didn't know how I was going to do that. And I thought to myself, like, how long have you been driving? And I asked him. He says, I just started. This is my very first run. And I told him, oh boy. I thought to myself, you're going to run into a lot of this. So anyway, I gave him as much advice as I could, And 7th, you're supposed to be coming on now. I don't know where you're at, but if you watch this video on a rerun, like maybe next week or in 8 months or something, you were talking about Class B license because you wanted to get your Class B license. You can do that. I mean, it's easy to do that. But if you're going to get an endorsement on your driver's license, first of all, look at your goal as to what you want to do, okay? Because if you want to have a commercial driver's license, Class A is the way to go. The Class B, I think, if I'm not sure, if I can remember correctly, you can drive a school bus with a Class B license. That was way back then. I haven't been to motor vehicle lately, although I gotta go for my license, right? Because my truck expired the plates on, so I gotta go for that, but not for any endorsements on my license. But a Class B is more like for a school bus, right? So something like that you can do, right? And it's for say a van like that one, right? Say that be let me show you, there it is, like that one right there. See, that could easily be, because it has a trailer, that could easily be a Class B, because if that's a commercial driver's license, you would need to have, there would need to be a weight restriction. And for a little van like that, that's more like a, what do you call it? Just like a cargo van, just for lightweight stuff. A lot of pharmaceuticals use those, like for hospitals and stuff, or parts like Napa Auto Parts, AutoZone, stuff like that. But more like there was this one trucker, his name was Bucky Bear, right? Bucky something. He used to drive one, right? And I believe he had a Class B, because they would put on him, most he could carry was like 2 pellets or something, right? But it was a commercial. He was doing what we were doing, trucking. So there's a lot of ways you can do it. Look what you can afford. Look at what you want to do. Okay, this is for 7th. If you're listening later on in videos, I thought you'd be on here, but anyway, if you want to do that, that's a good way to do it, because of all these semis here, like that one there, and you know, there's some trailers that are backed up, right? But there's a lot of semis. Because of that, yeah, did you see the fuel price? 384. That's not too bad. Because of the trucking industry has grown, so has the. Oh, wait. Oh, there you are. See, hey, yeah. Because the trucking industry has grown. Did you catch what I said? What I said about in the beginning? Because I just saw you pop up now. Yeah, you had asked me about Class B license. Oh, okay, I'll just say it all over. It was just real short. Okay, look at what you want to do, okay? Because not everybody needs to be a semi driver, right? I chose it because I wanted to, right? That's, yeah, I like it. Not everybody wants to drive a big rig. And yes, a truck like that one right there, right? I don't know if that is a commercial vehicle or not. You might need if it's a commercial vehicle, more than likely you would need a Class B, because it's lightweight. It's, you know, the gross weight on that you can carry is, you know, it would say on the vehicle as a cargo van or something. So when you do something like that, you don't need a Class A, because you're not carrying heavy weight. You don't have to worry about air brakes, or or backing up. Well, he does have a trailer, right? So that would be up to you whether you want to haul a trailer or not. But more than likely, a Class B is for, like, I don't know if they have those for the UPS vans, the box trucks. I don't know if you need a Class A or not for those. I don't know. But, and I'm thinking, last time I checked, it's been years ago. Things might have changed. A Class B, you used to be able to just go up to riding, a school bus. And then, but, because I don't think school bus have air brakes. They have liquid brakes. You know what I mean? Class B is air brakes. Is that what it is now? See, yeah, things have changed. So, I don't know if you're going to go with a Class B. Look at the job that you want to do first. Because there's no sense in getting a Class A if you're not going to use it. Because to get a Class A nowadays, it's like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, right? So that makes you want to, like, okay, well then I'm going to drive a semi, because you paid the money for it. If you get a Class B, I don't think they're that much. I have no idea how much they are. I got my Class A license for $56, so I'm a little out of practice on that part. But I do know a lot about, the driving and restrictions and stuff. But let me see what you said. I saw jobs like Penske that did it. Just a regular truck, not large tractors or dump trucks. Yeah, that's what I mean. See, okay, like my dually, right? I could drive that dually with just a regular Class C license, and it could even have, be registered with a DOT number, all that. It can have that on there. And I don't even need a Class A. It don't have air brakes, but I would be pulling a trailer, right? The trailer is a gross weight, because that's what they go by. I'm not sure if, because like I said, laws change. And then I'm coming from, I used to be in California, so California has some way stricter laws than any state, maybe with the exception of New York, but California is the worst when it comes to getting your driver's license. But I found that for me, because I was a resident there, California was the easiest. I don't know, go figure. I don't know, but I had such an easy time getting my driver's license there. When I first got my driver's license, I lived in Colorado. $56, like I said, that was it. And I failed the first time. I went back the next day and passed it. No problem. I think I had to pay $2 for the second time. Now it's like you gotta go to school, you gotta be certified, you gotta, thousands of dollars and stuff. Like, wow. But look at what you want to do before. Like I said, don't invest in a CDL Class A if you're not going to use it. But if you do, make sure you do use it, because like I have two professions. My other profession is an illustrator, and that's why I wanted the CDL. That's why I wanted, go as far as I can on it. That was my thinking. I didn't just want to drive a certain type of truck and be limited on that. Because there's a lot of jobs that you can drive a little van, a pickup truck, with a Class B, or even without. You can drive an Uber, you don't need a class. So there's a lot of driving jobs. I mean, any kind of driving jobs there is. Like, even a bike, you know what I mean? Some people do deliveries on skateboards, and city people and stuff. But look into it. You don't need to get a Class A. Look into what you want to do. Focus on what your goals are before, and then, okay, say you want to get drive a little, drive something like that, right? Say you bought yourself a nice little van. Vans, what, like that one probably costs maybe I don't know, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for a brand new one or something like that. Okay, you can put that thing to work, right? You can get a DOT number, get it DOT certified, so that it is now a company vehicle, and they will look at your license. They will tell you if you need a CDL, and if you want to haul a trailer with it, more than likely you're probably going to want to get a Class B. That's only just me thinking. I'm just saying it, not by the book right now. But if you were to get something like that, you know what? You could do a lot of work with it. Because, not to mention, you can even sleep in it. Right? It's cool. There's one thing I wanted to say that also... Okay, like that one right there. Watch. Oh, wait, let me read this. I'll read this as you look at that. I heard you Class A'ers go through a lot of bull. I'll tell you about that in a minute. See, like that trailer right there, right? You know what you can do with that trailer? You can haul a Harley Davidson with that. You can haul motorcycles. I've seen that happen. Okay, I'm going to read this in the meantime, so I'll let you look at the nice gas the nice gas and diesel prices in the meantime. I talked Snyder about their Target account, but they had no info. I wanted to know about their 28-foot trailer with a dog that's local. I know you saw that. I know you saw that. Yeah, that's what. Let me turn this thing around. There. Some of these bigger companies, I gotta tell you, it depends on the person, because sometimes you can run into someone that's too busy, or that's being stressed out, or someone that just don't care. At the same time, you can talk to someone that is unbelievably helpful, right? So it's kind of like a hit and miss with these bigger companies. But if you're going to be, because they're going to ask you, are you planning, do you have a CDL? Do you want to start working for Snyder or stuff? Because they're looking for their best interest, not your best interest. Because they don't really want to waste their time on, what do you call it? If it's not going to work for them, why bother? I'm sorry, that's how people think, unfortunately. But there's that trunk. Turn off your brights. Anyway, best thing to do, right? Okay, here's some information that you might find a little valuable. Oh, my glasses. Don't want to train talent. Okay, like say you want to start with like that little van, right? That one right there. You can finance those pretty easy, they're not that expensive. You can get like, that's for starters, right? Say you want to be a driver, but you still got your day job, right? You're not quitting your job. You go buy yourself equipment. That's what that's called. Go buy yourself equipment. Yes, that equipment is like money in the bank for a rainy day, right? Okay, so you go and do that. You get your equipment. You're going to your job every day. Maybe you like it, maybe you love it, maybe you hate it, whatever. You stick with that day job, right? Because it's bringing in the income. You're able to put food on the table. Keep it. Don't let it go. You're not ready. You're not ready there yet. If you're full-time, good. If you're struggling, you want to get these done faster. Finance you some equipment, right? Go shopping for trucks. Don't buy them. Just go shop, window shopping. See what they cost, right? Do it on the internet. Go test drive them, whatever. But then at the same time, what kind of work do you want? Look at the industry. What can you do with that van? Or what can you do with a dually pickup, right? Like me, right? That I have. What can you do with a car, right? You can drive Uber with a car, but it needs to be a 4-door. You can't really do it with a Camaro like I had, because people would be getting stuck in the back seat. The back seat is really small. But I'm just kidding. Anyway, look at the equipment. Look at the type of job that you can do with that. Because remember, this is like your money in the bank for a rainy day, right? So in case times get hard, you have something to fall back on to keep it generating money, right? That's why I got started driving. That's exactly how I started driving. I like to drive, but I was drawing at home. So I would just stop drawing and go get myself hired with the lumber company. And because I knew they had pickup trucks. So I just drove around there, learned the addresses, learned how it works. Okay, delivery, you come back for more. It's just back and forth the things. So that's what it was, just delivery. And then I learned that, right? That's what you do. Uh, that's when I stopped my day job as an artist. I was a freelance artist, so I could stop at any time. And I just took on the driving job, like full time. But if you want to go part time, 2 part-time jobs, that's good. But remember your goal. You're building it for, the backup. It's your backup job. So keep your day job, keep your whatever profession that is. And then once you do that, now you say you want to start delivering pharmaceutical stuff, right? Call hospitals, call delivery companies that do that. They're on the street. You see them. It's not just UPS and FedEx, and those are the big ones. There's these little companies that do that, mom and pop businesses. Uh, the same thing like trucking, owner operation stuff. The same exact thing that works for little vehicles, small vehicles. Like I said, Ubers, right? The story with Ubers was the taxi drivers, they started charging too much. And not to mention, they were limited. And say you were out, lived in the country somewhere, and you needed a ride to go to work in town or something. Well, a taxi's not going to come from, drive all the way from the big city out in the country to go deliver you a few miles. They're not going to do that. The Ubers, they were more flexible, and it was like a part-time job for them. But they invested in their car, their equipment. They keep the kids out, keep it clean, keep it certified, legal, everything, and they got that going. So they were able to make money. In fact, who does this? Just trucking. He does Uber. He has a little minivan, and he has a white KW semi. So he does them both. And when he's not doing one, he does the other. But look at what you want to do, right? There was a friend of ours, or a friend of mine. He had a little van, like I showed you, that little one. And what did he call that? Expedite, I think. And it's on the load boards. Look at the load boards is another thing. Look at what kind of vehicles, what kind of equipments they have, and set yourself for that. Okay, let me see what you say. I didn't want to damage my car. Uber also can put you around with some crazy folks. I know, that's why I won't do an Uber, I don't trust the people that I'd be picking up. Like, Not to mention, you get someone drunk in there and then they vomit all over the place, like, like, or, what, I heard some horror stories where they started having sex back there or something, like, or you got to the place and they ran off. They didn't want to pay you or something. So, no, thank you. I don't deal with people like that. So, yeah, I'd rather be by myself. Yeah, that's why, it's me and Abigail. But like I said, you can go shop around, do your research, do it diligently, because if you're going to invest in a vehicle, right, that vehicle is not for you to play around in. Okay, this is what I did. Don't do what I did. When I bought my Silverado, I went looking at trucks, and I ended up buying the best truck I could find. I got a darn good deal on it, but I bought the best truck I could find. Now with that best truck, Do I want to put a driver in it? That truck's too nice. I'm thinking, no way, no way. I'm gonna drive that truck. That truck it's top notch. It has all the bells and whistles. I'm like, don't do that. Buy yourself work equipment, right? Even if you're gonna drive it, sure, buy yourself work equipment. Don't buy yourself something that is top notch, top of the line, has all the bells and whistles. That's what I did. Now, if I want to hire someone to drive, what do you call it, a hot shot, I gotta buy another truck, and I'm not gonna let them drive my. Are you kidding? That's my baby. That's just like sweet. Don't do that. You get attached to it. But yeah, buy yourself a plain Jane vehicle. Put yourself a nice stereo in it. Make sure it has good tires, a good engine, good body, no rust and stuff like that. If it's used and stuff, and I would say go with a brand new one, if all possible. But because it's the company business, you're gonna get a tax break on it. But the used one, you might be buying somebody else's problems. If you go with a brand new one, go with a plain Jane one. Like I said, they're cheaper than the ones with all the bells and whistles. You're gonna get in that plain Jane truck, but you know what? It's just gonna be your truck. Now you can put chrome rims. You can put the decals you want on it. You can put a stereo or a bed in it, but that's up to you. You're gonna do it. It's not already gonna be in there, and like my pickup has a nice stereo in it. Whoa. But do your research, do it. Look as to what you want to do and what, okay, there's different kinds of delivering jobs. There's delivering jobs that are a necessity, that are not going to stop. Delivering pharmaceuticals. If you can look at companies that do that and look at their equipment, okay, well, you're going to buy one. Don't tell them you're going to be, you can tell them anything you want, really, but go over there and buy a, excuse me, buy the kind of truck you would need to deliver pharmaceuticals. That one there would be perfect with the trailer, because you can sleep in it, for one thing. So you can go from one city to the other, right? You can go from like Phoenix to LA, or from Phoenix to Dallas, or from Denver to Dallas, or Salt Lake to Nevada, or something like that. And you can sleep in it. Plus you have your trailer with the, what do you call it? With, all your cargo. And if you need more cargo, you got the van, right? See, pharmaceuticals, people need their medication, right? That's not going to stop. People are going to need their medication. Excuse me. Let me read what you said. Okay. Yeah, okay, hello. When your chat was off, I thought you were getting trolled. No, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that. Thanks for telling me. I didn't even know that. And because I was wondering why because I kept doing that. Like, oh God, how come nobody's talking? I thought nobody liked me, I guess. I don't know. But, okay, what you set off, wait, from working local. Wait, what set you off from working local? What set me off was the people that I worked with, because I was being abused at work. I was being taken advantage of, and being treated rude, and like even the boss, let me put it this way, I was in my semi one time, and I had, because I was driving local, right? And I had my lunch. It was in a plastic bag, in plastic containers. Well, I made a delivery near my house. So I used to keep I didn't have my dog then. My truck was armoralled. I mean, even the floor was armoralled. That's how clean it was. Um, and I had my plastic bags right there, right? So I thought to myself, well, since I'm home, I'll just stop and throw the trash, use the restroom, and go. Well, my neighbor across the street had just moved in. I didn't know that was working at the same place I was. Well, like the next day, uh, my boss, which was a new boss, was he calls me in his office, accusing me of stealing. I'm thinking, stealing what? You know, like I don't steal. I'm not a thief. I'm honest. And I've been with the company already for like almost 17 years, and they're accusing me of stealing. And I thought, like, what? Did someone see me stealing or something? Like, what? Prove it. And he says, well, uh, he said, you had stopped by your house and you got something from your truck and you took it in your house. Then you ran out and got back in your truck and you drove off. And I looked at him. I thought, you're kidding me, right? I did. That was my empty bag of lunch. Like, hello? Like, if you see how clean I keep my truck, I don't even keep a trash can in there because I will empty that trash as soon as it gets full, as soon as I put trash in it. And so he accused me of stealing, right? Then I realized that my neighbor across the street was a snitch. Like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to work with people like that. My boss, that the company I worked for, once you were a driver, you were a driver. You couldn't climb up. They'd hire people from outside. And a lot of people quit because of that. They wanted to, you know, get up in the ranks and, yeah, sometimes be a foreman, be a, uh, maybe a mechanic, be a foreman mechanic, be a manager. Nope. Once you're a driver, you're a driver. You're not going anywhere. So yeah, that boss that accused me, he was on that job for like maybe 2 months. I'm like, who are you people? Because I'm sick of this. I've been here way longer than you have. You don't even know me, and now you're accusing me of ripping off. Like, get out of here. So I got, not to mention the other people that I worked with. They, like I said, they were taking advantage of me. They wanted to, so corny, Yeah, that was really, like, what? Like my lunch, like, hello. But yeah, the other people, this was a long time ago though. The other people that I worked with, it was just so much drama going on there, and I just got tired of it. And for me, it worked like this, because I was seeing all this drama and stuff like that, right? And I was doing that for a long time. The new boss hadn't gotten there yet. So then, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, he did. Not to mention, I was talking with a friend of mine who was a truck driver from another company, and he's driving another semi company, and we were talking, and for some reason, they called my company for like a background check, and I didn't even apply to that other company, right? It was just a friend that I was talking to. But my friend talked to someone and liked me and was trying to get me on, I guess. Well, that boss that accused me of ripping off, he also came up with So who's this other company you're applying for? I thought, applying? I'm not applying for anybody. I'm just doing my job here, right? So it's like you couldn't even look for another job without being accused of something. That's how much drama was going on. I thought to myself, I gotta get out of here. So that's why I got out of the local stuff. It started like this. I got out of that. I started delivering money, armored semi tractor trailer. It was all over the road. I had to carry a gun. Um, you know, they looked at my experience, everything. Okay, but you needed to ride a team. The only team I would ride with was with my spouse. My spouse didn't have a CDL. So, in the meantime, I went for 2 weeks training with this guy, not to drive, but to show me the ropes as to how to deliver the money and stuff like that. In the meantime, my spouse went to a trucking school to get the CDL, right? 2 weeks were up, which was to me was a nightmare, driving with someone who was constantly telling you what to do. And finally I got out of that, and we went over the road as a married couple, as a team, as armored guards with guns and everything, delivering money and pharmaceuticals, by the way, because they were more expensive than the cash itself, believe it or not. Yes. A semi-truckload full of drugs. Trust me. Yeah, it ran into the millions. And what it was like, most I took in was like 300 million. Yeah, that's how much. $300 million amount in drugs. With the cash, the most I could take was, what was it, 26 million. With gold and silver bars, that was like about 42 million. But that was, you know, gold was the most, and silver was the most, and then pharmaceuticals, and then the actual cash itself. Believe it or not, it was the least expensive. But we did that for a year over the road as a married couple. Then we stopped. And I tried going back to that job. I lasted there a month, maybe a month and a half. It was like, oh my God, because I was gone for a year and I come back now. Before I was there like 17 years, I come back. The people I had trained, now they're trying to tell me how to drive, how to do the job. Like, wait a minute, I'm not new here, you know. Yeah, I started yesterday, but I trained you how to drive because I had started this job like 18 years ago. So, like, you know, so they were like, it was just really odd that I couldn't deal with these people that had trained to, you know, pull a wool over me. Like, I know this job better than you do, guys. So, and they were guys, and they didn't want to take instructions from me. Obviously, you know, it's an ego, you know what I mean? So, I just got on the semi. I didn't want to go over the road. I didn't want to, but I knew from the people I had known from driving the armored semi, because I met a lot of people, companies and bosses and truck drivers and stuff. I knew I can get a job like that. Sure enough, I quit. The next day, I called one of the companies. They sent me to California and gave me a brand new, what was it? T700. Yeah, it was a T700, a KW700, not T700. a KW 700, um, brand new. And there you go with a sleeper studio. I drove that thing all over the country now, by myself. And yeah, that's the way I started, right? But I started with a lumber truck. As an artist, I needed to get out of my home because I was sick of working at home. And I just started. I could have bought in fact, I even had a four-wheel drive pickup truck. I could have done that. But what I know now, what I knew then, two different things. But see, I'm glad you asked because, like, I've been around the block a few times. To get a CDL is going to cost you a lot of money. If you don't want to go that route, but you want to have a backup job, driving is a good, because it's easy. A lot of people know how to drive. I'm sure you know how to drive. If you got a good driving record, put your alcohol away. Just forget it. I gave up alcohol. I'll have a glass of wine maybe twice a year or something like that. But that's it, because that would destroy my driving record. I mean, it would end it in a heartbeat. So if you're going to do that and you drink, I'd advise you the best thing to do. Either way, if you drink, that's not good to drink anyway, but very casually. Look at what you're going to do. Look at the equipment. Go test drive the equipment. Get you an equipment. Buy you the equipment. I would suggest brand new. It's better to buy something with a warranty, obviously. If you buy it brand new, okay, you got a warranty. You can use that. Put the miles on that truck, whatever, or van. There you go. You'd be in it by yourself. Plain Jane. Like I said, whether it's white or whatever color, make sure it's a plain Jane company vehicle, because don't get you a fancy one like I did and not like I can't turn that thing into a company truck. That'd be the stupidest thing I would do, even though it would make me money. But yeah, to give that truck a horse beating, even with me driving, burning out the engine on that truck, nah, I wouldn't want to do that. So look at what you want to do, okay? And take it from there. And if you're going to follow it from your heart, because this is the one that's going to give you the push you need, right? And this, I go back and I've said this a bunch of times. If you think positive things will happen. If you say, I'm going to buy me a truck, I'm going to start delivering pharmaceuticals, I'm going to start delivering expedite freight, basically like pallets of, personalized, or I'm going to start delivering Harley Davidsons or motorcycles, right? Say you're going to start doing motorcycles, right? Okay, you're focused on that. You know what? Never say can't, never say don't. Don't say I don't know how. Don't say I can't do it. Don't say that, because you know why? The universe hears you. And they say, oh, you don't know how? Well then, we don't know how either. If you say, I can do it, you know what? I can do it. And things will start following in place. There's a saying that goes, if you walk the walk, if you take a walk, wait. I'm gonna, hold on. I got it in my pictures. Hold on. There. As you start to walk, wait. As you start to walk the way, like there's a pathway, right? If you start to walk that pathway, if you start to walk the way will appear. Because if you start going that way, things will start happening because the universe knows. And you're gonna, before you know it, well, like with me, right? Like with me. And I am living proof. I'm living proof. My mom, right? Let me read this first. Okay. People are the worst. My job wrote me up twice in 1 month. That's why I'm seeking other options. Yeah. Okay. See, stay positive whatever you do. Okay, this is what I did with my semi. Okay. Like I said, I had lost my license, right? I didn't want to be a company driver anymore because I ended up being homeless because of these big companies. Well, I'll tell you that on another story. So, and when I was homeless, my license expired. So I had to go through trucking school, be a rookie and so forth. Like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Well, what I did, I was here in Albuquerque because I was living in California. I was here in Albuquerque, and me and my mom were sitting in the living room, and I'm showing her a semi. I told her, look, Mom, that's what I want to do. And she says, a semi? That's a pretty truck. And she says, I told her, yeah, that's what I'm going to buy. And she says, those are expensive, like I know. She says, but she wasn't knocking me down, right? And she's just listening. She told me, well, I told her, that's what I want to do. I'm going to be driving one of these here pretty soon. Watch. And she says, like, wow, and she's like looking at all the trucks because I'm showing her some film with a bunch of semis and beautiful semis, like mine, my Trigger here, my 379 Black Pete, and I mean all kinds of beautiful trucks, new ones, old ones, company ones, whatever, right? I told her that's what I'm going to be doing, and I told her I'm going to be going all over the country again. Except this time, I'm going to buy the truck. I'm going to have my own company this time. And she says, well, good for you. You go for it. You go for it. She didn't tell me you can't. Like, no, you got to be smart for that. She didn't say that. She says, good. Okay, let's see. So she gave me some positive energy. She didn't tell me I can't do that. She told me, good, yes, I'm happy for you. I want to see you do that. So, you said they wrote you up twice. You're getting a little friction from your job right now. You're looking for a way out. You know what? Start going down that way, right? Because that way, set your mind to it, set your heart to it. If anybody tells you you can't do it, that's just a speed bump, that's just a curve, just an obstacle. You know what? Brush it aside. I'm coming through. And look at me. I ended up buying this truck. This truck is officially mine now. So it's taken me a lot. Excuse me. It's taken me a lot to own it. I live in it. But you know what? I went for it. I'm doing it. If you want, you can do whatever you want right now. And that's one thing my dad would always tell me. I would draw something and he'd be amazed. He's like, you did that? I said, yes. And he would always tell me, you can do anything. And I would carve something out. He says, I made the shelf for the fireplace, for the mantle. And he says, you did that? I said, yes. And he's, he helped me put it up on the fireplace in the den and everything. And, he told me, you can do anything. He always used to tell me that. He was always a big supporter of me. I miss my dad so much. But thing is, Seven, if you ever need encouragement, I mean, you know, come to me. I will help you. I will coach you. I will, you know, push you up by your butt until you like keep on going, you know. And yes, but that goes for any of you guys, not just Seven. Any of you guys, okay? Think positive. Never say I can't do that. Never say um, that's too hard. I have a brother. When we were young, I was about 19 or something. He's 10 years older than me. He was like, what, 19, what, 10 years, 29? I told him something, right? It was about martial arts, yeah. And I told him, you know, yeah, you should get into martial arts, because I was in martial arts. He told me, no, I'm too old. So he never got into it. Years later, I tell him something, and he tell me, well, I'm too old. That was his way of thinking. So he's telling the universe he's too old. So, okay, the universe hears you. I guess you're too old for it. You're only 29 years old, but you say you're too old. You know, it's what you think in your mind, right? If you think you can do it, you can do it. When they broke, what is it, Carl Lewis, I think, broke the fastest man speed. He broke the running distance, running 4 minutes under, running a mile under 4 minutes, right? He broke that record. And because he said he can do it, he did. And then now, after he did it, a lot of people realize, well, that's what he did. He said he could do it. So he did it. And now a lot of other runners, they run under 4 minutes and run a mile under 4 minutes. I'm not a runner, so I'm a truck driver, but I do a different kind of running. Yeah, there are dangers in the air brakes that a newcomer should be aware of. Yeah. Oh yeah, you get trained, you know, that's for sure. You get trained. The air brakes are the hardest ones the hardest part of the test, actually, because that's what I failed on when I got my CDL, was the air brakes. And how difficult, wait, how different is the brakes on B trucks versus A trucks? Or are they the same? Most B trucks don't have air brakes. Some do. It depends on the type of truck, right? Okay, like an ambulance, right? It's a commercial vehicle. I believe you need, because it's basically has dual rear ends and then just the 2 front steer tires. So that's 6 tires. And then it has all the medical supplies in it, you know, the gurney and the patient, right? The person who's gotten sick, plus maybe a couple other paramedics in there. So it's not heavy. That don't require air brakes. Something like a school bus. Those are bigger. Those are more like 2-ton trucks, what I call 2-ton trucks. A lot of those trucks, they use the drum brakes. Just like a car, like a, you know, okay, there's disc brakes and the drum brakes. Most of the old school ones that I know of use the drum brakes. They don't, because air brakes are not safe to be transporting children. because, you know, someone that don't know how to use air brakes coming downhill with a busload of kids, are you crazy? That is like, that's a lawsuit like you would not believe. So yeah, you know, from each and every family in the bus, yeah, they would, not to mention the school, the state, the, you know, everything. I mean, you'd be in prison for that. So that's why I said, like, school buses, they usually have the liquid brakes. They call them liquid brakes because they use brake fluid, right? Air brakes, you won't find those. And you've seen a school bus. They're not little. But the thing is, though, um, not only those kind of bigger type school bus size trucks. See, they make them for all kinds of stuff, right? They make when I started driving, I worked at the lumber yard, and this was a different lumber yard. They didn't want to give me my CDL because they said I didn't need one. And I told them, but I want one. And they told me, no, you don't need one. So they were making the decision for me, right? It's like, who's going to make the decision for you in your life? Your boss is not going to make the decision for you in your life, you know. Go find another boss if that's the case. And that's what I did. Because they would give it to other people, but they wouldn't give it to me. They wouldn't give me that option. So I went to another company. First day, they said, how long have you been driving? I told them I've been driving 3 years at a lumber yard. And they told me. So they knew I knew how to deliver and stuff. I told him, well, he asked me, well, what do you want to drive here? I told him, I want to drive a tractor trailer. He says, okay, you know, go with Kenny. And in 2 weeks, you'll get your license. Kenny was the guy who trained me. His name was Kenny Romero. Big old dude. Green eyes. I mean, beautiful. I mean, he looked like Sylvester Stallone. He was a big dude. I mean, muscles. He was the best trainer I've ever had. And, you know, he trained me, and in 2 weeks, by the third day, I had it down. After that, it was like he was just kicking back because I just needed to know the air brakes. That's it. Everything else I knew. And he taught me that in 3 days. The third day, he was down. But that's how things are. See, things, because I wanted to go. Like I said, I told the boss, I want to drive a tractor trailer. And so, like I said, if you want something, you're going to get it. You have to be honest with yourself, you know, that with your heart, that you really mean it. I want that. If I wanted to be a singer, you know, la 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 la, if I really, really wanted to, I could do that. I would change my way of life, my path, everything would change. I don't want to do that, right? Even though with my voice like it is, it would be hard. I would go through a lot of crazy people telling me I can't, but you know, if I consistent, I'm honest, you can do anything. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But like my dad used to always tell me, you can do anything. You can. That is, we live in the United States. People come from, well, look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He came from zero, from a little tiny village, who knows where, and what was it Russia or something like that? You know, from a little tiny, you know, hut, and he became a bodybuilder, champion, you know, Mr. Universe, became a big movie star, you know, and then he even became a governor of California for a little bit. Now he's just kicking back. But see, you can do anything because he said he kept on. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker, but That's how you gotta stay positive. And if they're giving you a hard time at your work, take that as, don't take it as negative. Take it as learning, right? Okay, what did I do wrong now? Okay, I won't do that. Okay, those people are treating me bad. Okay, well, they're treating me bad. I'm gonna do what I can, but because they're treating me bad, they're veering me towards another direction where people are treating me good. That's what happened to me, right? So instead of they're treating me bad, I'm gonna treat them bad. Don't do that. Just like, okay, if you guys are like that, fine. I'm going a different way because you got, that's the path that's taking you. See the path? That's what I'm talking about. And it'll set your way the way you want to go. Anyway, I gotta check that. I'm glad you came back up, son, because Dar was on here. I don't know if you're still on here, Dar. Just checked the wikis. Sylvester Stallone is like 5'10". I'm slightly taller than Stallone. I thought he was like 6'2". Really? I thought he was tall too. I didn't know he was that short. And you're tall too? Wow, you're 6'2"? Like, well, I am flattered that you're asking me. I'm only 5 feet. I am totally flattered that you are asking me for advice. Thank you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you. See, and that's why I love you guys, you know. But, like I said, I've been around the block. I've been chewed up and spit out more than once. No, I'm not 6'2". In your words, I'm really short. Okay, 6'2" is not short. 6'2" is tall to me. I'm 5 feet. So that's short. I'm a shorty. But anyway. I don't know who else is on here. Like, come out, wherever you are. I'm not 6'2". Okay, how tall are you? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Abigail's waiting. Yep. Here. No, okay, you don't want to tell me. That's all right. I'm not trying to force you. 5'10" and 3/4. Okay, you're stretching for that 5'11", right? Okay, I got you. Yeah, I used to be 5'2" for some reason, but my bad back, my discs, I developed arthritis and stuff, and that lowered my height, believe it or not. So I got a bad back. So I'm 5 feet now. I'm like 5 feet and a quarter is what I am. Just a little over 5 feet. So I used to be 5'2". Anyway, excuse me, I'm yawning. But yeah, whatever you do, like I said, that's why I said, you know what, I'm buying a house. You know what I mean? I'm buying a house. Even if I don't have the money, the path, the universe is hearing me. Like, oh, okay, you're gonna buy a house. Okay, what kind of house? You know, so I told them what kind of house I want. And I'm not gonna say, well, yeah, I want a mansion and I'm going to be living in it and I'm gonna say that I'm better than everybody else. And I'm going to, you know, be a snob around my house. You know, not let anybody in or nothing. Then the universe would say, well, you're not getting a house. Instead, you say, like, yes, I want to get out of this negativeness I'm in. and get me a better job. And I want to have my own control because I can do better for myself and my family and stuff. Okay, the universe says, here's that. Okay, you want to get away from negativeness? Good. You want to be in control? Good. Uh, you want it for your family? Good. We'll help you. That's how the universe works. I'm serious. And like I said, when I got this truck, I told myself, I told my mom, I told her, I'm going to buy that truck. Not this particular truck. I told her, I'm going to have my own company because that's what I want to do. And she told me, like, that's too far. You can't go that far. And she started getting a little worried for me. And I told her, yeah, I can do it. That's what I used to do, Mom. And she says, oh, you used to do that? She said, yeah, delivering money and stuff. And I told her, yeah, so this time I'm going to buy my own truck. She says, okay. That's what it's all about. Anyway, I better end it with that. I'm getting cold. And if I turn the truck on, then you guys won't hear me. And I've probably been talking too much anyway. But Thanksgiving, right? I'm glad you asked me about that. Was an interesting topic there. Let me know what kind of truck you're going to buy, because even if you're 5'10" or something, you could fit in that. You could sleep in a van like that, right? If anything, if your feet stick out, you got the trailer to cover your feet. But yeah, keep it going. Now is the time. Okay, watch. This I wanted to tell you guys. Okay. It's called egregora. You know what an egregora is? Okay. Have you ever been to a concert, right? And you see the band up there, and me, I'm not a band member, I'm not a musician. I was always in the crowd, right? And I was cheering them on, right? Yay! Clapping, screaming, whistling, jumping up and down and everything, right? Along with 25 other thousand people that were there, right? So all that energy that was, like my happiness, like, yay, you guys are good, awesome, right? We're yelling and everything, like the band. That's why these bands liked concerts, because they'll even talk about it. The energy that comes from the crowd is amazing, because that's called a Gregora, okay? Now, with that being said, now that you guys know that, okay, what I'm mostly likely not pulling a truck. I can't read for something. I'm sorry. I butchered that sentence up for you. Okay, what I was saying about the Gregora here. I'm not trying to ignore you, but I'll tell you, because that's written in my mind. It's not written, so I gotta tell you before it pops out. Like a Gregora, right? See, like you've heard of fake news, right? On TV, like, right? If you listen to news, they're telling a lot of fake news. They're telling a lot of, there's a lot of hard times, and, there's a lot of shootings, and there's a lot of, gas prices are high and everything. Well, the mainstream media has one of the biggest communication devices in the world, because they can translate that message to everybody. That gets everybody thinking, Oh my God, what's happening these days? This world's going crazy. The gas prices are really high. Um, Everybody's killing each other. But, you know, I'm at a truck stop and I haven't heard not one gunshot. You know, gas prices, well, you know, they're not that bad, you know, you know. But you listen to the news, they will tell you, because they want to tell you it's like that Gregora, right? They're trying to put that to get you to think that everything's bad. But no, it's not. Everything is good. Everything is good. I mean, like, we're living in, look at the technology. I'm talking with people that I've never even met before. Who knows where you guys live? I'm driving a semi on my own, right? Uh, I'm healthy, right? The technology, look at the technology. Through the roof, right? You can get big screen TVs. You can get a phone, a walking computer, and you put it in your pocket, which is the phone, right? Things are happening. They're awesome these days. Look at that. Is the TV telling you about that? No. They're telling you about the latest death of a celebrity or something. Like, why would I want to know if a celebrity died? God bless them, but it was your time. Your number was up. You know, God bless you. That was nice. You made good movies. I'll still see you in the movies. That's it, right? But stuff like that, they try to bring everybody down. But no, things are happening. Things are happening. I'll tell you one guy that can prove it. And okay, I find it funny that they quieted the situation of the dude from Maine. Really? Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with that because I just don't even watch the news anymore. But okay, was that the guy that supposedly threw a bomb or something like that? Yeah, from Canada. That's what Umberto, he was telling me. He told me about that. Uh, who knows, right? But see, the thing is, they love bad news, right? If you get in a fight, right? Say someone pushes you. Don't push me. I'm gonna push you back. No, don't push me. Oh, excuse me. You walk around like, are you drunk? Or watch where you walk. You'll get hurt. And you keep on going. Don't like, oh, I'll push you back. Don't do that. See, Umberto, right? You know who he is. He comes on the lives every now and then. What? He's even told me, we both agree, he's living proof. He'll say that a lot of people are telling him that, there's no loads. Are you kidding? He's raking in the bucks. He's making money hand over fist because it's like the money just keeps coming in. And I told him, see, that's the positive that you're doing. Keep it coming. Keep it coming because that's what's happening. These people that are saying, well, there's no loads, there's no loads. Well, exactly. The universalism says, well, okay, I guess there's no loads. You're not getting any. Umberto's going to get them because he knows there's loads. That is the truth. I'm not kidding. Ask Humberto, yeah, he'll tell you. Don't believe me. Just talk to him. But anyway, I'm doing fine. I'm gonna go through my struggles. Life isn't easy. We do get in binds. We end up screwing up. We do get mad. We do get a cold every now and then. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay strong. I've always said that. But I'm starting to turn into a Eskimo freezing. Like Abigail, when she's cold, she goes. she's like shivering like crazy. Like, oh my God, she's so funny. But anyway, I gotta let you go. I gotta let you guys go. But yeah, stay positive, okay? That's why it's always good to smile. A smile is contagious, right? You're gonna always see me smiling, that's for sure. That's just the way I am. I like to smile. I like to say I love you guys because I do. Even though I don't know you guys, I communicate with you guys. You know, you guys make me. You warm my heart. Look. I'm by myself. But you know what? Through the technology that we have today, that is so awesome, that I'm holding in my hand, my arm is getting a little tired, but you know what? With the technology, I can talk to you guys. And so that, you couldn't do that 20 years ago. I'd be sitting in the truck by myself. But I can do that now. That alone makes me happy because I'm not alone. See, that's why I say I can talk to you guys. Yes, thanks for watching me. Thanks. Give me a thumbs up, by the way. You know, I guess that helps. I don't know. I don't really stay up with that. I guess I should, huh? Maybe. I'm just a little more to myself, you know. But anyway, I gotta go. Happy Thanksgiving. And, you know, stay positive. Always say you can. You can do it. And if something blocks you, or you think to yourself, oh, it's impossible now. Like, you know what? No, it's not. Wait a little bit. Something will come up, and that big boulder will just roll off the way, and you can go on your way. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. I'm serious. We'll see you later. And I love you guys. Like I said, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll come live every now and then. I don't know when, but we'll see. Might be even tomorrow, because I have this weekend off. Yeah, so we'll see you later. Bye-bye.